nominated single chords. A, you know. You see, if you walking in the marketplace,
Don't throw stones.
and if you do, you just might hit
One of your own. Life is not about your policies all the time. So you better rearrange your philosophy and go to your fellow man job. Stop calling me a prisoner. Let me leave you toxic.
That's the stuff. It's that jail.
All right, guys. I'm excited. Are you excited to be joining me this evening? I'm super excited to be joining in this evening. A big welcome to you once again to the 7 days challenge. Right. I hope you enjoyed that of yesterday. If you didn't listen, you could go to my wall and then look for the link and listen to it. Okay, because we're about to go into another session today for just a few minutes. Right.
Wave those hands to him and just give him praise. Come on. Here's a fire.
Okay. Yeah, so never forget one of the things that I started saying yesterday. I said that as much as possible, we should never allow any season go to waste, and that's where I'm going to be starting this thoughts from today. So never allow any season go to waste. This is a season of your life, and you don't want to allow it to go to waste. You want to make sure that you maximize the season like never before. Okay, you want to make sure that you maximize it, and this is so important. This is so vital. Um, and I really encourage you to do that, to pay attention to that even this season. So yesterday we started talking about okay, this is a 7 day challenge. Okay, for those of us in Lagos, Ogun State and Abuja, we have been asked to stay at home for 7 more days. Right, this might not apply to people outside of other states, but of course the wisdom we're sharing here very much applies to you, and it's something that could come in very handy in this season. It's something that you can use, right? Uh, okay, so the first thing we talked about yesterday was we started talking about spirituality. So we talked about spirituality and the importance of spirituality in this season for us to revisit our spiritual life this season. Right, that was the first thing that we mentioned yesterday. Right, and the second thing that we talked about was so we talked about spirituality, then we talked about personal development. So we said that it's very important for us to pay attention to our spiritual life this season. Some of us might need to go back to a drawing board and then rebuild broken altars and get things back in place. If things were not in place, if things were in place, beautiful, you want to accelerate it, you want to do more than you used to do, you want to use this opportunity to spend more time with God, right? So why not take this, convert the lockdown into a retreat, right, and turn it into a moment where you can have a fellowship, you can have a proper fellowship, an elongated and fellowship with God this season. They also talked about personal development, and we said that it's very important that you pay attention to your mind this season and make sure that at the end of the day you coming out better than you entered the season, right? Because we said the post-COVID era will be an era that would make demand of your skills, right, and of your knowledge. Things that will stand you out in the post-COVID era would be innovation, creativity, right, and new skills. Innovation, creativity, and new skills, right? Every era and every season must come with new skills. Every season comes with new skills. So, for instance, churches, for instance, have had to alternate and look for alternatives using social media and things like that. In our office, for instance, we started using other tools to do our trainings, our seminars, and all of that. These were things that we were not using before now, but because of this season, we had to evolve and start using some of these things. And this is an example of how this is making demand on your mind and how important you should take it, in developing yourself. Okay, then today we're looking at two other things as well. We would be looking at habits, right? We'll be looking at habits first of all, and then we'll be looking at visions, dreams, and plans. Very, 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 very important. Okay, now it has been said that it takes about 21 days to form a habit, right? So if you do something every day for the next 21 days, it would have solidified, or it would have been consolidated into a habit, right? So, for instance, if you wake up, say, by 7 a.m. Every day, right? One of the things you would discover is the fact that if you are intentional in waking up 7 a.m. every day using your alarm clock, right, to wake you up, after a period of time, what happens? Your body acclimatizes to that particular time, and after a while, you would not need the help of the alarm clock anymore to wake you up, right? So once it's just 7 a.m., your eyes pops open and you discover that you're awake. Then most times it coincides with when the alarm rings, or just some minutes before the alarm rings, right? Because you have done it every day for a period. That's how a habit is formed, right? So the same way as well, you can also break a habit using the same pattern. So if you are having a particular habit, right, and you want to break that habit, one of the things that you also need to do is to first of all mechanically start doing opposite of the habit, and make sure you are consistent with it. And over a period of time as well, what you used to do mechanically becomes automatic, right? So that is what happens, and that's what plays out with habits. So you want to look at it in the two ways, right? So you want to look at habits that you need to form, habits that you need to let go, right? Because in every season of your life, there must be things you need to start doing, there must be things you need to stop doing, and there must be things you need to continue doing. And say that again. For every season of your life, there must be things you need to stop doing, there must be things you need to start doing, and there must be things you need to continue doing, right? So you have to look at your habits right now and begin to check, okay, at this particular habit, where does it fall? Does it fall into part of the habit I need to stop doing, right? Does it fall into part of the habits I need to start doing? Or does it fall into something, a habit that I need to continue doing? Right? So you need to properly categorize them and then begin to work on that. So if it's a habit that you need to stop doing, right, you need to properly highlight them and follow this formula I just gave you, right? So I need to stop watching pornography, right? Is a habit that I've had until now, right? Hitherto till now. So I need to stop watching pornography. What do I need to do? And of course, if you have a negative habit, for instance, right, you will discover that in this season you will indulge more into it. Why? Because you have a lot of time in your hand on your hands, right, to do a lot of those things, right? So how do I go about that? You go about that by first of all mechanically. So you want to say, okay, I will not indulge in this habit in the next 7 days, the next 14 days, in the next 21 days. And one of the things I would advise to do is to extend it. But you can start by what we call chunking, right? Chunking is a skill, right, that is used in memory and learning, but you can also use it in actually breaking habits and addictions. What that means is that if I want to learn something, I can chunk it down. So if I want to learn internationalization, for instance, I want to cram that word, right? What I can do is to chunk it, to say, okay, first of all, I need to get into my memory. Then the next thing I need to do is national or nation or nation or nation, right? Then after that, I now take the remaining parts of that particular word till I master the whole thing. That is chunking. So in also breaking habits, you can use this formula. So you can decide to say, okay, this is a habit I've indulged for social number of years, and I want to break it. I want to stop doing this particular thing. So what you need to do is to say, okay, for the next 7 days, I will not indulge in this habit, right? The reason this is important is because if you tell yourself that you are not going to indulge in the next 40 days or the next 1 year or forever, your brain does not mastered the new habit you want to learn enough to be able to resist the temptation to indulge in the old habit. So you need to get your body, your brain, your nervous system comfortable with the new habit before, and it's about tricking your memory, it's about tricking your mind, rather. It's about tricking your brain, it's about tricking your nervous system to say, okay, I want to stay clear this habit for the next 5 days. It's a trick, right? And then when you get to the fourth day, you extend it. So okay, I want to do another 7 days. Then when you get to the second 7 day, making a total of about 12 days, you extend it. So okay, let me make it 30 days now. But at the end of the day, after doing that, you will discover that you would have stayed maybe a period of 3 months without indulging in that habit. Right. So that's how you can start breaking old habits, because this is an opportunity life and time has presented you to create new habits and let old habits go. Right. And you should not allow the season go to waste. Okay, so if you also want to create new habits, then what you need to do is mechanically, because it's not going to be easy initially, mechanically put all the structures in place to get you to start doing them. So if I want to start exercising every day, for instance, which has been difficult for me personally, right, what I need to start doing is to say, okay, I will get an accountability partner. I will set an alarm clock and put everything mechanically possible to make sure get me to start exercising. Right. So it's going to be difficult to start exercising initially, because especially if it's not a way of life, it's a new habit you want to form. Right. When you start indulging and engaging in that mechanically over a period of time, your body acclimatizes to that new habit over a period, then it becomes automatic, that you might not need to be accountable to anybody in order to get to exercise. You might not need to set an alarm clock in order to wake up to do that, because it is now a habit that you are used to, right? So it's something you want to look at. And like I mentioned something in passing, and that's a part of accountability. Accountability is something that would help you so much in creating a new habit and in breaking an old habit. So if you want to break a old habit, you want to get accountable. Get somebody trusted, who you would be accountable to about this new habit you want to form, and let the person hold you accountable. Ask you questions. So how far have you gone with this? What are challenges you are going through, and all of those things. Right? One of the things I want to say is that never give up, even if you fall. because a lot of times in learning new habits and letting old habits go, a lot of times people tend to give up when they make a mistake, or when they repeat their old habit, or when they seem not to be consistent with the new habit. Never give up. Don't give up on yourself, right? When you fall, Solomon just said, the righteous fall 7 times and rise it up again, right? So no matter how many times you fall, get up again and give it a new shot, give it a new try, right? Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on yourself. Don't get into what we call learned helplessness. Learned helplessness is the process of learning to be helpless, where you have tried to do something over and over again and you've faced a brick wall, right? There's a very big tendency for you to relax and say, I can't do this anymore. This is not for me. I'm not wired for this. That's learned helplessness. It's not a place that you want to be, because when you get into that zone, it is very difficult to get out of. So you want to pick yourself up again each time you fall, each time you make a mistake, right? In creating your new habits and in discarding old habits, and do it again. And like I said, accountability would help you a lot in achieving that. Get somebody, a trusted mentor, a trusted friend, not friends that also indulge in the old habits. No, get people. If you want to confide in friends, then it has to be in somebody who has this new habit you want to create, right? Who has been able to successfully create this new habit you want to create, right? If not, get a mentor. Get somebody who you trust, you respect, who you can listen to, to keep you accountable as you build this old habit, this new habit, and discard the old habit. All right. Another key I'll give you in discarding old habits is what I call delayed gratification. Right? You want to make sure that you delay gratification every time your old habits confronts you. Right? Like I said, habits or indulging in things, in actions that we call habits, is a trick to our brain. Right? So you want to trick your brain. And how do you want to do that? So when you get so I was giving an example of somebody who watches pornography, for instance. So when the urge to watch pornography comes, you want to delay that gratification and say, okay, you know what? I'm not going to watch it now, right? It's a trick. Don't say I'm not going to watch it at all. No, say I'm not going to watch it now, right? Just delay. Do nothing about it. Do nothing, right? Don't try not to do it. Don't try to do it. Just stay calm and delay that gratification. If you do that, you will discover that the urge to do that particular thing wanes, right? It wanes and gradually is taken away. Okay, so that's the first thing I want to share with you this evening. The second thing in our 7 days challenge this evening is visions, plans, and dreams, right? Okay, all right. Power just got interrupted. It's fine. Okay, so the second thing I want to share with you this evening is visions, dreams, and plans. Right? Visions, dreams, and plans. Visions, dreams, and plans. Right? And in sharing that, something comes to mind right now, and that's what the first prime minister first prime minister of Israel, David Ben Gurion, said. He said something very instructive. He said all experts are experts of the past. He said all experts are experts. Let me say exactly how he said it. He said all experts are experts on what was. There is no expert of the future, right? To become an expert of the future, vision must replace experience. All experts are experts on what was, right? There is no expert of the future. There's no expert of the future, right? Because you don't even know what the future holds. You don't even know what's going to happen, right? To become an expert of the future, vision must replace experience. So one of the questions I want to ask you this evening is: what are your visions, dreams, and goals for the next 5 years, for the next 10 years, for the next 20 years, right? What are your visions, your dreams, and your goals. This is a time, you have all the time in the world. So you want to look within, you want to look up, and you want to look forward, right? You want to project into the future, and then ask yourself, what would I be doing next 5 years, next 10 years, next 20 years, next 15 years, right? What do I want life to be for me? It's a simple question you need to ask yourself, and it's very important that you answer that question, because the first law of success is knowing what you want, right? You would never succeed if you don't know exactly what you want. A lot of people don't know what they want, right? A lot of people want to succeed, but they don't know what they want. But you need to know what exactly you want. So, what do you want? If I ask you that question, what do you want? What do you want? A lot of people say, I want to be rich. That's nothing. A lot of times you will never end up rich if you say I want to be rich. How rich do you want to be? So do you want to have $1 million? Do you want to have $5 million? Do you want to have $10 million? Do you want to have 5 million naira? That is being specific. The first law of success, never forget this, is know exactly what you want. And that's why vision is important, and that's why dreams are important, that's why plans are important. So you want to sit down, you want to cast a vision for your life. You want to write down a 5-year vision, a 10-year vision, a 20-year vision, right? Draw out a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan, a 15-year plan for your life. You would never have a better time to do this than now, because you know what, just like I said yesterday, this is a compulsory holiday for everyone. This is a compulsory retreat for everyone. This is a compulsory, time for introspection for everyone. But at the same time, a lot of people would not see this. A lot of people will see it as a time to, sleep all they want. A lot of people will see it as a time to, while away their time. A lot of people will see it as an opportunity to just complain and then say they are bored at home and things like that. You like I said, perception is everything. You can decide to see the cup half full, but you can also decide to see it half empty. The choice is yours. So you want to take this opportunity to say, okay, craft a vision, have a vision for your life, have a clear-cut vision, dreams for your life, plans for your life, right? One of the ways you can practically do this, which I can teach you right now, is to get out a sheet of paper, right, or a book or whatever it is, right? And this is how to draw a plan, a very practical plan. So in your sheet of paper, right, you want to write. So this is 2020. If you are drawing a 5-year plan, for instance, you want to number or you want to write down 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, and 2025, right, in your sheet of paper, across sheet of paper. Right, then we know that we have 12 months in each year. So we have January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. You want to write down on the left side of your paper, right? So you write the year on top, you write the months beneath, right? And then you begin to fixing things in each of those months of the year, how you would want your life to turn out, the things you want to start doing, the places you want to start going, and all of those things. That's where it starts from, guys. That's where it starts from. So you can say February, so it's very easy. So you can just go to February of 2024 and say, okay, what will I be doing in February 2024? Okay, maybe I want by February 2024, I want to have a house in Banana Island. You want to put that down. Okay, by January 2021, I want to buy a car. You want to write that down. By January 2025, I want to own a school. You want to write that down. Or by December 2023, I want to publish a book. You want to write that down. That is how to plan practically for the next 5 years, for the next 10 years, 15 years, and 20 years. This, like I said, is the best of time to do this and to engage the power of vision, the power of dreams and plans. Just like Bishop David said, he said that you are either running with a vision, burning with a passion, or going on a mission. If you are doing none of this, life is reduced to a burden. I come with that again. You are either running with a vision, going on a mission, or burning with a passion. If you are doing none of this, life is reduced to a burden. All right, guys, I want to see your comments in the comment section. You want to tell me how much this has impacted you. You want to ask questions if you have questions to ask. You want to tell me some of your visions, some of your plans, some of your dreams as well. You want to inspire somebody in the comment section and share with them, your vision, dreams, and plans. You also want to, if you want me to keep you accountable on any habit you want to create or discard, please feel free to also reach out to me through DM or in the comment section, however you want to do that. But I want you to hit the comment box, hit the like button, share with friends, share with family if this has been helpful. All right. Thank you so much for joining me again today. This is day 2 of our 7 days challenge. And tomorrow we're coming back again with something even more powerful and more exciting. Meanwhile, let's listen to Signature Beat. All right, guys.